The journey began just a few weeks ago. We were approached by our district supervisor of the Foursquare denomination, and he said, Elias, I have a church you would be great at.
But he told us that there were no people here, there was no benefits, no salary.
That's kind of tempting, isn't it? We were overwhelmed by the amount of needs that it had. There was 2 condemned homes on the property that were burned down. There was 3 people living in the classroom buildings. As we walked around the property, everything you can imagine needed repair. From the walls,
The stucco was crumbling off the building.
the doors were barely hanging on the hinges, and as we went on the roof, there were actual holes that would lead all the way down to the floor. It was completely overwhelming. However, we spent the next few days in prayer, asking God if we were supposed to take this position. And we had a strong word from Isaiah that said God would inhabit this place again, that it would be rebuilt and it would be restored. We had the promise of God that He was going to act on our behalf. By faith, we stepped out and accepted this position. This neighborhood has an abundance of needs. More than 30% of the people are in poverty. The church has been closed here now for some time, and there is no hope. We want to come in with hope. Journey is a place of hope. Journey is here to be a light for this neighborhood.
With prayer and elbow grease, they are seeing a difference being made. They just did a back-to-school party, had over 500 in attendance, 40 salvations. They gave away hundreds of backpacks filled with school supplies, haircuts, immunizations, and their church went from 145 to 186 that next week. They had 12 people baptized the first time that they did water baptisms. And this has all happened in just under 8 months, from January of 2014 to August of 2014. They are truly seeing God do amazing things.
Thank you for being part of the journey.
Hey Foursquare family, Larry and Deanna Brand, City Church, Stockton, California. February of 2013, I got a phone call midday from Pastor Ron, and he asked me if I was sitting down, and my response, of course, was, do I really need to be sitting down? He goes, well, you might want to. We would like you guys to go to Stockton, California. Now, of course, I didn't hear Stockton, I heard Sodom and Gomorrah, but I said, we will pray about that. Went home and shared that with my wife, and she inevitably said, I knew it. That night, about 3:30 in the morning, the Lord woke me up and He says, in fact, I want you to go to Stockton, California. So we met with our church, and we merged our church, which we thought we would be retiring at. We were there for 20 years, just finished a brand new building. Coming to Stockton, it was a lot less than a brand new building, but for the last 14 months, we have seen God do amazing and crazy things. Our model here is when you love the people that nobody wants, God will send you the people that everybody wants. We've had 385 salvations, 186 water baptisms, which the church hasn't had on record any baptisms in the previous 4 years or the previous 5 years. So we're seeing God send people that are on fire about reaching a neighborhood with the gospel of Jesus Christ. We've done football camps where 120 young people give their heart to Jesus because they asked me to do a chapel on the football field. We're here at City Church, Stockton, inner city, and we're loving it. We're seeing God move and do things. Our church is growing from 40 people to emerging church to 140 people to well over 300 people at this present time. Numbers isn't everything, obviously, but we just know that God is in this and we love what we're doing.
Pastor Matt and Jackie accredit this Turnaround Church to a healthy transition from the founding pastor, their sending pastor, and their district supervisor. They've seen over 40 people give their hearts and lives to Christ. They have over 50 people in ministry teams. They've done an outreach to the Tenderloin in San Francisco where they gave over 350 sack lunches and the gospel to the hurting people. They've seen their services go from 45 to 150 people, as well as seeing many miraculous financial provisions. And all this has happened in a little over 5 months, from March of 2014 to August of 2014. And they're having fun while doing it.